Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well,
All right, so the first 14 or 15 episodes of our It's Pat and JT podcast, season 2, riddled with experts. With Taylor Wilson,
Right?
The last episode,
From
very
Med Center.
informative, from Nebraska Medicine,
Talking
about coronavirus. So
Yeah.
you go back and listen to that one if you missed it. Very informative. But if it's 2 years from now and coronavirus is gone, it doesn't matter. But if it's in real
If you
time,
ever need to go back and find out what we learned.
and check it out. Yeah,
Yes,
so we've
there.
had a lot of experts on so far this
And
this
another
season.
one, this one too. And I'm excited because she's already been in on another podcast, and which is one of our others, which is the Bullpen. And Julie Starns is here with us from Good Decisions Dog Training. Welcome
Julie.
to the podcast.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I have to say,
really.
I'm a little starstruck, guys.
Oh, my
You
God.
guys are like rock stars.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Keeping it together. Now.
Right. Just-
Our
it's
history
okay.
goes back forever.
It does.
I mean, seriously.
yeah.
Your history with her, you guys?
Yeah.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you guys just met when you got Jack. You've known her before that?
No.
Way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I was trying to remember because
Right?
you did the baton.
Yeah. She was behind me.
Oh, you're pre-radio Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then
got
I was
it.
Radio Jill, and now I'm
That-
Jack Jill.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is true.
Jack
That's
Jill. You're Baton Jill,
My
not Jack
eras.
Jill.
My eras. Because her mom was my teacher
Oh.
as well, English and music,
I guess
drama,
I did know that, yeah.
musicals,
right.
all that good stuff. And Mrs. Starns, Iron Fist. But you
Heck
knew
yeah.
right where you stood all the time.
Well, I kind of get that vibe from Julie, too. Like, I could see what you probably you learned a lot from your mom.
No BS.
No BS.
It was called survival in the Starnes household.
Sometimes kids need that. I'm
Heck
learning
yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
I did. My sister did.
Yeah.
But not so much me. Okay, that's a lie. But
Figured.
yeah. But yeah, you did. You always knew where you stood, and it made things very easy.
Yeah.
Because we knew the difference between right and wrong. Not that we didn't sometimes do wrong, but we knew the difference and chose, and there were consequences if we chose
That's the thing I liked about her. As much as kids complained that she was such a hard,
Loved her.
so tough, but you loved her because you knew exactly where that line was, and you knew what to expect if you crossed it.
Absolutely.
Teachers that I had that growing up that were the strictest are the ones that I remember
Yeah.
the most, that I loved the most. I really did. Even though at the time I'm like, I hate you.
Right.
But you look back and you're like, God, I learned so much. And
Yeah.
I loved being in their class.
Absolutely. And when she praised you, it meant something.
It did.
Right.
She didn't just throw that stuff around like
no.
Rosui. It was the real deal.
No, it was serious. And so when you got any kind of praise, it was like, oh my God. I mean, I can still remember like literally less than a handful. I remember, but I still
Yeah, let's not get crazy.
less than a
Maybe a
handful.
pair.
Maybe a pair, maybe two pair. I'm not
Whatever.
sure.
I'm right there with you.
I mean, seriously, it's
Oh, and
Yeah.
one thing of advice: if your mom is a teacher at your school, don't skip school. She will find out.
You tried that?
Oh, heck.
How on earth would you have the balls to do that?
Because I was super ballsy back then.
Well, but like your mom is there. Like she's
Right?
going to say, where's Julie? She's not around.
Well, I didn't have any classes with her that afternoon, and she thought I was, in my other classes.
Teachers don't talk.
Right?
not
right.
at all.
Yeah, and being Mrs. Starnes' daughter in school, eyes were on us.
Sure.
Because some people thought we got special treatment because she was my mom, or whatever. But anyway, so then don't skip school if your mom's a teacher at your school, and then
Good
don't
advice.
lie about it when she asks you how your classes were in the afternoon.
So,
Oh
because
my
she
God.
was leading you right into that trap.
Oh, and I fell.
What did
right
you say?
in.
Like, what do you remember
I was
what
like,
you said?
great. Art class was good. I drew, and then
I drew.
Yeah, and then-
Well, that's a good safe thing to say, I suppose.
right? And then I don't even know what other classes, but it's mom's favorite thing was, is that your story, and are you sticking to it? And I knew I was
As soon
done.
as somebody says that, you're screwed.
I'm done. Like I was. Okay.
So what, do you eject or do you hold strong?
No, I caved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't. I skipped.
Where did you go? Do you remember where you went?
I think I just went to my best friend Julie's house. It
There's the
wasn't
two-
even like
Julie
anything
McCrander.
gangster about it. It was just like
you two were a pair.
we were joined at we kind of still are. We're joined at the
Right?
hip.
Julie and Julie?
Yep.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
Julie 1 and Julie 2, and we still fight about who was number 1.
That is
me.
like one of the you say it's not gangster, but that's one of the thuggest things I've ever heard. Skipping school when your mom's a teacher there.
And then
That's
lying to her
legit.
about
And then lying to her
And
about
she
it.
was not a pushover.
Oh, God, no.
So it wasn't. I can think of a few
legit.
teachers. Their kids probably did skip, and nothing would happen.
Right. But that was mild compared to what my older brothers pulled off in their day.
Or
Isn't that
tried
crazy,
to, or actually
though?
pulled off.
Did they
There was
really?
some they tried, some they pulled off, and
Well, they're. I mean, seriously, I had no older brothers or sisters, but I knew who they were.
yeah.
So that was legend. It
Yeah.
was like there were certain people I knew who they were. There are certain people that graduated with them that I did not even know you were in Ashland? I
Right.
had no
Just
idea.
get through. They just do what they.
I don't
they're-
know.
they're
Yeah.
The good students, the ones that just keep their head
Apparently,
down and study.
I don't know because like Clay Anderson,
Clay Anderson was in Charlie's class.
He was. I was going to say they were in school together.
They ball together.
and I knew who Clay was. I knew who Bob Frank was.
Yep.
I knew your brothers. I knew. That's about it. Probably in that class. Maybe a couple others that I knew of.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the rest of the class,
Yeah.
somebody said, "Oh, I went to Ashland. I graduated whenever," and I'm like, "You what?"
And I knew them all because I'd go to play practice and they would all
Yeah.
Mom would be doing the plays and I knew all the lines, I knew all the music and I would sing along and I was like young. But the best story, if I can tell this one.
Oh, you bet.
My brother Jeff, he was kind of a prankster. And he's kind of a serious dude. But the swing choir at the time was on risers on the stage.
Yes.
And so during the performance, this was not a practice, Jeff talked me into climbing under the rafters and pulling everybody's socks down.
Oh, that's
While they were performing.
And they all knew they were performing, with mom.
So they couldn't really do anything.
No.
And you're pulling the socks.
No,
That is
because if
incredible.
they moved or did anything,
How old were
Mrs.
you, do you
Starns would
think?
come down on you. It's probably like, 10.
I was gonna say,
I thought it
yeah.
was the coolest thing ever.
Grade school, definitely.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and little.
Yeah.
And,
Mom wasn't super pleased when we told her.
I bet she had to. She had to have seen you almost.
I don't know that she did because
'Cause she
mom
couldn't
was
do
super
anything.
laser focused when she was,
she was.
had performances going on. She was so animated.
She was.
And
Seriously, just watching you, I see her. I mean, seriously, because she would get up there
boogie
and just-
around.
and she would look at whoever's. Man, you better be on your mark when because she knew what was coming before anybody else did.
So would she?
Yeah.
Would she maybe like in her quiet moments be like, okay, she was pissed, shut the door of her bedroom, and go like, that was a good one, that was a funny one. Because I would.
Do you think that she
I'd be
appreciated
pissed, I'd be
it?
pissed in
Really?
the moment, but after when I got a chance to calm down, I'd be like, that was really good.
I think
that was legit.
I'm not going to tell him.
Right, but that was good.
I think in the grand scheme of all 7 kids doing all the things that we did, she probably found some humor in that one.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty funny.
It
Yeah.
was.
And
It
she's
was.
not going to tell.
Yeah. But no, she would never say.
Never gonna give him
that was
credit.
hilarious.
Yeah.
She was like, you little.
There you go.
Blah, blah,
'Cause
blah.
we're not going to encourage that behavior.
Right.
No, but it was awesome.
It was
I'm not going to encourage it, but that was legit.
That was super awesome.
That was super awesome.
How many years did she teach in Ashland?
Good gosh.
I mean, she was there the entire time I was in
I
school.
want to say 45
Wow, that's insane.
ish. She would have stayed longer. Like,
Yeah.
she would have just like been in her chair and passed away.
Yeah.
And people would have probably stayed quiet in her study
That's how a
hall.
lot of teachers are. We have I have teachers
okay.
at Waterloo that are, I guess, DC West now that are still there now that were there when I was in
Yeah.
school. Like they just
did you have
love
any
it.
teachers that were? Did your parents go to school at DC? Well,
My dad went to Waterloo.
Waterloo.
Uh huh. Yeah, legend, obviously, Frank. My mom did not. She went to I think South or whatever. in
so did you
Omaha.
have teachers your dad had?
Oh wow, good question. No, I don't think so.
I had 2. Mrs. Stoke was my dad's teacher. And I remember she asked me when I came into her class, this was in 5th grade. She says, "Are you Jeans or Jerry's?"
Oh no, what?
Because that was my dad's brother.
And your mind's like,
And you didn't have a phone. You couldn't text and say, "Who do I say? What do I say?" Because that would be so obviously Gene was the right answer.
So Gene was the younger. He skipped school all the time.
oh, so it wasn't the right answer.
Nope.
Oh, dang it! Dang, it's Jerry. I mean Jerry, not
yeah,
Gene.
50-50 there.
Yeah, right? I remember that. And I think the other one was Mrs. Garner.
What about was it Mrs. Bauer for typing?
I didn't have her. Oh, I did have typing with her.
Yeah,
in
don't
high school,
squirt
though.
her in the face with the squirt gun.
Who did? Somebody squirted her in the face.
Somebody
How
did.
Pissed was she?
See, keyboarding now, but typing class.
Right.
Typing.
Oh
Da-da-da-da.
my! And
So-
you thought this is
Well, my friend
so
was here
stupid.
and Mrs. Bauer was over there, and I went to, and the friend ducked down and bam, right in the head. So the funny thing is,
So it wasn't
my friend
intentional.
took the fall and I let her,
I would too. I mean, if she's gonna do it,
right? So years later, though, I run into Mrs. Bauer.
Yeah.
And she says, Julie,
Uh-oh.
oh crap.
And she's
I
still
know
Mrs.
it was
Bauer.
you.
That's
that
the funny thing, right?
Squirted me in the face with that squirt gun. I'm like, Damn it.
Yeah. And you didn't do anything.
So don't do the crime if you don't want to do the time. I guess that's a lesson there, right?
It is.
that
And
is.
aim better.
Well,
That's actually the lesson.
That's
Is
the
aim
better
better.
that's actually that's
aim better.
the lesson. But yeah, the whole time I was taking typing class, I thought that's so stupid.
And I hated typing.
I'm never going to use this.
So
I'm never
dumb.
going to use this.
I was
and
not
now
fast.
I still don't use it.
well,
I mean,
you thumb,
tick, 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 tick,
or
thumb.
hunt and peck.
You hit the back, as long as we know where the backspace button is, we're fine. PAT.
Right?
I'm sure you can hear me from your office.
He types probably, I'm going to say 3 to 4 times the keys that he actually needs to.
I
Well-
hate typing so much, but that's
know.
all we do.
I
Is
thought you
type.
were going
type-
to say 3 to 4 words a minute.
No,
I'm like,
well,
whoa.
That's
well,
a lot.
That's some heavy typing right
Full correct words?
yeah.
That's a lot.
That's why you need Grammarly. I'm just telling you.
I know, I'm thinking about
It'll
it. Beth
fix
told me
you.
to get it.
It'll
I'm
fix
like-
me. Yeah, Grammarly has been my savior.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Yeah, so the history is long.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I do remember that now that you guys go through that,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. That's no, okay, so your mom was teaching there the entire time you went to school there. So yeah, you had no reprieve, man. You
No.
really didn't.
She went to my proms. Mom and dad were at prom.
That's right.
And you know what? The thing is, I look back now, I didn't even care.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm so.
It didn't slow you
gross,
down.
You know. But I didn't like. I wasn't like a big partier necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go to prom to get all drunk and silly
Exactly.
and try to skip prom and all that. I wanted to go to prom.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, oh, hey, mom and dad at the next table. How you
Because
doing?
it wasn't a big deal that they saw you doing
They were
it.
there.
No.
That was just her life.
No.
Yeah.
And I
For
struggle
most
with that
kids,
now
yeah.
because I want Millard West proms coming up, and they can send out the email that parents can be involved in the after prom, and I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
it's my time to
Yeah.
shine. And both kids are like, not a chance.
Do they? Okay, see, that's a mistake. The school shouldn't have let them know that it was voluntary.
Right.
I told them. I said they
Well,
sent out
that's
that. It's my
stupid.
fault. It's my bad.
You're supposed to say, well, it looks like jury duty. I have to
It's
show up.
mandatory.
I know.
I gotta
be
go.
there.
Otherwise, you fail.
It just sounds so much fun. I loved prom. I loved
They won't
post-prom.
let you go?
Well, first of all, I can go if I want to go. I'm a big boy.
Sure.
That's what Beth told me. So
That's what my wife said.
That's what my wife said.
I'm a
So
big
if I want to go, I can. But I don't. I don't know. Because I don't know how long my son's going to
Can
go.
you
My
stay
daughter's
awake?
a freshman. She's not going to go. That's the problem. That's legit the problem. Like post prom doesn't start till like I don't know if you know this, but it's after prom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
post prom.
So-
We just had
It's
prom.
late.
Back
we
in the
never had
day.
post prom.
We had prom.
We literally drove to Lincoln or Omaha for prom.
Yeah.
We had one my senior year. We had our first post prom, and it was like poker night.
Where'd you do
whatever.
prom otherwise? At your school?
No, the Pines Golf Course in Valley.
In Valley. But still,
Yep.
so you had high schoolers driving.
And then we went to
Yeah.
Rob Seco. Then we went into Waterloo at the Rob Seco like convention little
Yeah.
hall thing. We had our post prom.
Yeah, we had to go because we had a brand new high school. Well, relatively, but they would not let anybody because the high school was built while we were in grade school, and they never would have prom in there because they didn't want to ruin the floor.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we had to go like to the Airport
Yeah,
Ramada
in
in,
yeah.
Lincoln, or
get the hell out
Yeah,
of here.
we had to like travel.
and oh my God, I remember there was like 6 of us in a car.
Yeah.
and it was
Those were fun days, though, man.
Crazy.
That was a
And
lot of fun.
Yeah.
yes, definitely was.
So that's why my parents never did that stuff, and I wouldn't have cared either. I didn't have my first Zima
There
until I
was
was
no-
26, so I didn't care. I didn't party, but
Oh my God.
and I thought I had a hangover after one Zima. I'm like, I was like a freaking clown.
gas.
I mean, it was gas legit.
It was just gas.
So, but I don't want if the kids. I don't want to be like there if they really don't want me to be there. It's like I get it. 'Cause my kids aren't partiers either. They're not going to do anything crazy.
I think they would like it in the long run. I think they'd look back at it and it'd be.
I mean, I
don't
know I look back now and I'm happy that
Yeah,
that's the way that it
that
was.
they were
I know a
there.
lot of kids would have been horrified.
It's true, but
You know.
your mom was always
Yeah.
there,
Right.
So it was not anything for everybody else. It was like, oh, I don't cramp
And
my
you know,
style.
Mom, everybody
Right.
saw mom and my relationship.
yeah,
They saw us laughing. They saw us working in school. I was working.
you helped her with her productions. You
Yeah.
helped her. You were like the tag along. You were always around.
Yeah, we had to. I had to lay out the chairs and
Yeah.
the music, and people saw
Free
saw us
labor.
fight.
Right.
I mean, we'd go toe to toe.
Yeah.
We didn't try to do that in class time, but sometimes it was like, okay, gloves are off. Now you just pissed me off.
That's
time out.
awesome. If you're in that class,
Mom had a lot of
yeah.
like no rules. Her rules were, you're here, we're gonna do this, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the way it's gonna be. Her one rule was, do not barf in my class. If you're gonna puke, get out.
That's so funny. I was just talking to my
Couldn't
son
take
about
it.
this week
Oh
about
my
throwing
God.
up. Somebody threw up in his school, and that was always a fear of mine because I don't like throwing up. But I remember one time I was in 6th grade, and there was a kid behind me, to remain nameless, and I'm sitting there, and we're in
Initials.
social studies.
Initials.
Pukey McPukey.
TA.
TA. Okay.
So we're sitting there, and I hear somebody clapping behind me. I'm like, "What is going on?" I turn around. It wasn't clap. That was vomit.
Whoa.
And his hand was over his face, and it was squirting out.
Projectile.
And it was just all over. And I turn, and you could. It's like that smell.
smell.
And then God bless Mr. Pacheco, the janitor, the greatest guy.
Oh,
Loved him.
yes.
But he always had to come in and put the sawdust on it and
Right.
clean it.
See, I remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember. That happened way too often.
Yeah. And it was
That's weird.
And that smell, right? Like, why do kids? I haven't thrown up in years.
Why did they just
Like, why do kids throw up? Like, why do kids puke all the time when
Why
they're
does
little?
the janitor have the
Have
sawdust?
Right. Why is there
'Cause it
there
happens.
sawdust?
Right?
There's a reason.
Right.
Prepared.
I don't know, but why do kids do that? I never
just,
did that. I don't
just
think.
like that meme that I saw a long time ago, that for all the times we practiced stop, drop, and roll, I thought I'd be on fire a lot more now when I was an adult. Like we always puked, but we're never been on fire.
No, never on fire.
Never on fire. That's true. But I know stop, drop, and roll.
But I think
for
that
sure.
poor kid just couldn't help it, man. That was coming out no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It's just, but you're
Volcanic.
right,
But don't
though.
you know though? Like you have a little, like maybe as an adult you do.
Maybe
like
that was
you
the
like
first
just
time. I don't know.
You kind of have a puke filter.
Start getting that feeling like you've been sucking on a nickel for about an hour.
Right. And then
You're a little
like,
lightheaded.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I probably shouldn't. It didn't get on me though. But he was
God.
right behind me. He did. He took one for the team. I put his hand over his mouth.
That's so awful.
Awful.
Oh my God.
God.
Oh my God, the memories. Okay, so with that, part of the reason too that we reconnected was a couple years ago when I got Jack.
Yes.
And Jack's my German Shepherd, and he's here.
He's here. Hi, Jack.
is here.
He's being good. Hey,
I
Jack.
think he's cleaning the stuff I've dropped on my floor in my office.
Says all the
food
popcorn's
crumbs.
gone.
Thanks,
got
buddy.
All the food crumbs.
But I
Everything.
heard you have pretzels.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got pretzels that Julie brought us pretzels.
Thank you. Those are so good. I don't know what's the name of the brand?
Dots.
Dots.
Oh, man.
Shut up. They're so good.
So good.
So we got pretzels, and so I brought Jack. He hasn't been back for a while since Heidi was here. Actually, was the last time
yeah.
he was here, and he has his toy is here, which he lost in the couch, and I didn't.
I remember that
and
Wilbur having a lot more strings last time it was.
It
in.
had 4.
Yeah. This only has
One
like
tendon still
point
holding it on
of the last one.
One strap, and he sees it right now.
What's the story, Jack?
Is this your wubba? Is that your wubba?
Oh no! Here we go. There it is.
Yeah, good boy. There you
It's
go.
Wubba time.
He says, "Oh yeah, I'm out." He might. Who knows what he might do? He hasn't had it for a while. It's been buried in the couch. And he didn't. He forgot about it.
He's over there
And so-
apologizing for not
right?
playing. Yeah, he's like, "I'm so sorry, Wilbur." He's such a. So funny. Oh, here it is.
Somebody wrote on Omaha German Shepherd's Facebook page. Asked because they got one for their they got a squeaky toy for their dog. And
Don't.
They said he just walks around squeaking all the time. I don't know if he hates it or he loves it. I can't tell why he keeps doing it. But they haven't destroyed. I said, I'm telling him about his Wubba. He hasn't destroyed it. He's worked on the nylon covering. I think he genuinely likes it.
Oh, I think he likes it.
I mean, he looks at it with his little ears up.
Out.
Did he
He's
remember
supposed to.
when he saw you, Julie, for the first time in a while? Did he remember you? You think?
I think he did.
Voice. I think he did.
Yeah.
The voice, yeah. You love your Wubba. Hi. Oh, hello.
Yeah, he wants you to see it too.
I see.
So, there you go.
It's,
We all
it's so
see it,
it's
Jack.
beautiful.
We all see it,
Yeah.
buddy.
He's a really good boy. But yes, there we go. I
Yeah,
hit it.
squeaky toys. Some dogs just like tear the crap out of them, and they're like, "Oh, I went to Walmart and got 400 squeaky toys with stuffing for $2, but my dog 3 seconds and they're all destroyed."
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is an example of a productive squeaky
it
toy.
is. He's had it for a long time.
Yeah.
Whip your vision into shape right there, yo, with Kugler Vision. We love that they're a supporter of our podcast.
Absolutely. They've got some great things that are happening on their website. If you haven't been there recently at kuglervision.com, it already was so user-friendly. If you'd thought about having any of the procedures done, and so many different procedures. It's not just one procedure, one size fits all. But interestingly, you'll find over 600 five-star patient reviews, which is amazing. The number
Right.
of people that are taking advantage and saying, you know what? 2020 is going to be my year. And I think there were a couple of them that were talking about making improvements, that 2020 is the year right?
Yep.
They're ready to go. And one of
Absolutely.
the first ones was Vision.
I said what Gary said too. Dr. Kugler's office is amazing. They are amazing
is.
because you have cookies and they have delicious like flavored waters.
They
and,
do.
Oh, and then they're also great doctors too.
And that too, don't
Yeah.
forget. They said that the staff made the procedure a breeze. That's from Natalia. I especially enjoyed the surgery prep in a massage chair, covered by a blanket, drinking some tea. I was relaxed, anxiety gone. I wish I'd done this years sooner. Now, to make it even simpler, you can text them. The number to text is 72000. You want to text C Omaha, 2 words, to 72000. I did that. And you will get back a response that will first ask you to confirm. So I text back yes. And then it sent me a link. And when you go to the page, it of course welcomes you. And then it's got some real quick questions about what it is that you're looking for. And then I got a follow-up phone call real quick. And super nice. Nicole called, and she's there just to make sure that you got the information you wanted. And if you had any further questions, she was there to help you out.
Get that consultation now at Kugler Vision. You can also go to kuglervision.com.
And tell him Pat and JT sent you. My mom got it for him. He'd never had one before, squeaky toy of any sort. Mom got it. I was like, thanks.
It's like somebody, your uncle giving your son or whatever daughter a drum set. Like, screw you.
Yeah, no.
And they
You keep
never
that
asked
at
for
your
one.
house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They never asked for one.
Dave Grohl in the basement.
But you,
You know? Great.
That's wonderful.
he never knew what he was missing.
Right.
And he forgot about it for a while, but I had to dig it out of the couch this morning so I could bring it in so he'd have it. But he's doing good. But yeah, he took well to all the learning. He did really good. So I just want to say thank you very much because
Oh, you're so welcome.
I didn't know having a big dog, you got to have some communication.
Yep. And it you know, it's a leap of faith. Sending your dog to a trainer. Now, granted, you knew me.
Yes.
But we hadn't spoken in a long time. You know, so it's a leap of faith. It's an investment. And that is why we put so much out there on social media so that people can see, hey, my dog's alive. My dog looks, you know.
But it is true.
Well,
if you get a chance, follow them. It's Good Decisions Dog Training on Facebook. You put out a ton of videos so that everybody can see. It's not only for the owners to see their dogs, but for me, it was, I got to see how things were happening and the process, what was going on. And I was like, that's
we're super transparent.
Yeah.
And it's gotten to the point where, especially when I do have a lot of dogs in, I have a notebook. And I write down each video I've taken that day, and then I have to cross it off as I post.
Oh my gosh.
And boy, it messes
lot.
me up when like Facebook or the internet is sketchy or goes down, and I'll think a video was posted, and I'll look, and it hadn't. I'm like, son's a bitch. Now I gotta go back.
And then all of a sudden we get 22 videos.
Right?
And they all show
And my
up.
husband's like, who else
awesome.
keeps a notebook of all the videos they post? I'm like, I don't
It's
know.
a business expense.
And you know, it's thick, and I keep it, and I know when I posted what, and
It's marketing
that
too.
kind of thing. And
I don't
we
blame you one
love doing it. The one video I reshared, because now what I'm doing in the mornings, my memories pop up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm resharing some
that's a great
videos.
idea.
And the one was when a dog named Blitz came in.
I saw it.
Ballroom Blitz. It was snowing.
That was your nickname. I think
yeah,
you
I nicknamed
nickname
him that.
almost all the dogs
Yeah.
that come through.
What'd you call Jack?
Jumpin' Jack Flash sometimes. Action Jackson
That's
we use.
yeah, that stuck.
But Blitz came in, and this dog was strong, and he was like 8 or 9 months old at the time. And the owner knows this. The dog was out of control.
He was dragging you.
He drug me.
And he wasn't being aggressive. He was just dropping his nose and walking.
And
Oh,
you know,
just
I'm
so strong.
built like a brick house. I mean, I really am.
Right?
So it takes
get
a
it.
lot to tear me down on you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this dog darn near took me down, and I think I said fire and throw away matches.
I've never
And
heard that
Lily
before,
was
ever.
filming, and the look on her face,
Which is her assistant.
yep.
Okay.
And the look on her face was horror because she thought I was gonna face plant, and then she was laughing so hard. But you know, Blitz just came back a little bit ago for refresher trainer boarding, and he's super kind of chill, and you know, yeah, he's playful and all the fun stuff. But that freight train business is gone.
Yep.
And
That's
I-
what's
'cause,
important.
You know, you have things and thoughts that go through your head the very first time you take the leash of a dog, and my thought was, "Holy shit!"
Here we go.
Right.
He's like a pony.
Right?
He was more like a horse. Honestly, he's just untrained. Just we're going for a
Yeah.
walk,
And
and
then-
no idea you were pulling the other way.
right. But some people have mentioned our stroller videos because we do like to utilize the baby strollers for people that have young kids or going to have children or whatever. And we did Ugly Baby one time, and we dressed up a pumpkin head with a mask, a scary mask.
Scary.
And we walked a dog by the Ugly Baby. Then we decided to put the little dog in the stroller and push the stroller. Yeah. It's all training, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's
So hopefully some of those will pop up.
It's all good. I love those though.
That's funny.
It is. I mean, when you think about people who have little kids, because you do a lot of stuff with like dolls that crawl.
Yep.
And move around on
Most
the floor.
annoying baby ever doll is what we have.
Yeah, but that's
Mama.
Yeah. Oh no.
but that's a great idea for training. It really is.
Yeah.
Because we'll put a dog on place and we'll start annoying baby and it crawls and it makes the noise. And some dogs I can tell right away, okay, we're going to have, because you'll get the look at the baby.
It's like we're going to have to quiet that down.
That's
Choke that baby.
Scooby snack.
Yeah, right?
And so, that's a correction. But some dogs are just like the head tilt, like,
Yeah.
what's that? That's mild interest. Some dogs are just like, don't care.
Don't care.
And so I could gauge it from there because obviously
Yeah.
I don't want to use a real baby because that would be,
Need volunteers.
Yeah, right?
yeah. Hey, can I borrow your baby?
Can I get some free training?
need it-
If I let you use my baby, can I get? Okay.
If you need a teenager, let me know. I've got
Okay.
two. So if you need a teenager for training,
Always
I'd be
looking
more than
for the
happy.
youngsters in the training because
Yeah.
kids, and that's a very good point
That's
because
true.
Kids move differently, they sound differently, and can really freak out a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that before. What is that age where you stop running everywhere you go?
Mine was 12.
You know what I mean?
I'd say about 10,
Yeah.
11.
You
like,
run
this
everywhere
is
you
like-
go.
Yeah.
It's like, come here. And they run into the room and you go get blank. They run out to the garage. They run back.
That's
And I was in gymnastics when I basically self-taught. My brother Donnie, my oldest brother Donnie, was in gymnastics in his day. And so he would kind of guide me through what to do. Doing a front flip off of the couch was not one of his ideas. It was mine. Don't do that at home. But so I was.
Okay, I got to ask real quick. When you watch the Olympics, did you ever try to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's what you got to do.
But my balance beam was like
Yeah.
fence.
Yeah. Sure.
Fencing.
I love doing that.
Stay away
did
from
do
the barbed
that.
wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And
was
the hot
I
wire.
was cartwheeling and I was front,
Doing round-offs off of
walkovers.
things and- yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. That's what I did. Not so much running. So when I played softball, I figured out very quickly if you hit the ball far enough,
Yeah.
you really don't have to run that fast.
It's hard.
You just hit the ball out of the park and cruise.
Yeah.
Like Babe Ruth style.
Exactly.
You can have a big old belly and wave. And
You don't
walk.
have
Just
to.
run as slow as you want to. Just like, thanks, see ya.
Homer.
Let
Be a
it
hammer.
sail. Right?
Yep.
But I love sliding on my belly.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't do
couldn't
the hip-
Oh,
front.
I was the belly slider too.
I wasn't really.
Yeah.
No.
I couldn't do that. I
There was
was
something
good
about getting dirt in
sliding.
your face and
Right.
dirt down your shirt. It was just awesome.
I couldn't
Yeah.
do
So
that.
empowering.
It was.
Oh my
It was
god.
great. Loved
Yeah,
it.
that's now Pat was Bat Boy. You started as
Bat
Ball
Boy.
Boy or Bat Boy?
Started Bat Boy, went to Ball Boy.
For the Royals.
Whoa.
Or Storm Chasers
Yeah, it was-
previously.
Nice.
It was fun.
And we just recently, next week, well, in the next couple of days, as a matter of fact, we're going to be talking with some of the guys from the Storm Chasers because they have a documentary coming out about their
50 summers.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for a couple of years, so it's finally
52
cool.
summers now. But
Right,
no, it's
seriously.
not. It's still 50 summers. But one of our buddies works in the media department or heads the media department for the Storm Chasers. And he sent over a picture of Pat, which we'll be posting in the next couple of days.
It's great.
Super excited.
From 19, I don't know what, how old?
87 and 88
87?
is my first year as Bat Boy, and then the second year that was the team picture, and I was in the front, cross-legged, about 30 pounds heavier than I should have been. Yeah, it was legit. And I remember that first picture that I took, because I was nervous, number one, because
And they sat you in the front.
right, and it was one of the first days because you take your team picture like at the beginning of the season. So,
So
it
you
was
were
like the
barely
second,
a Storm or a Royal.
barely a Royal. I was maybe had a game under like it was game and next day with team pictures.
Wow.
Like it was it. So yeah, and then the next season I looked like a little more seasoned.
Right.
Little-
You knew
little
where to
slimmer.
stand.
Yeah, or sit, crisscross applesauce. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was you were definitely into the ball game. And
That's super cool.
It was
baseball
fun.
stuff.
Yeah, baseball's my jam. I like, Super Bowl came and went, and people are like, who do you root? I don't care. I got
That's
dogs
fun.
to train.
I seriously, football has lost its luster for me professionally.
Yeah.
Watching the pros, it just kind of, especially when the free agency happened, and it was like, nobody cares
Right.
anymore. There's no teammates.
Next.
I give up. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people around here, baseball's their thing.
Oh, baseball's my jam. And Derek Jeter, everybody knows, my boyfriend. My husband knows that he's my boyfriend.
He's one of a couple.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Garth Brooks is another one.
Yeah. Prince was, but
your
sadly.
boy? Yeah.
I could not think of three people from three different parts of
Right?
the universe. Garth Brooks, Prince,
Yeah.
and who's the other one?
Jeter.
Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
That's just like,
Right?
yeah, three different time zones.
Because that means their circles will never pass.
No, that's true.
They'll never run into each other.
Keep it secrets.
You got to keep everybody as far apart, because when your worlds collide,
Yeah.
everything falls apart.
Yeah.
But I remember the very first time I saw Derek Jeter bat. He was a youngin'. He looked like a cricket when he bat. He was so gangly and tall and whatever. And aside from the fact that he's smoking hot, because that was a draw.
Yep.
We'll put that aside. For
Right, I did. I saw in him something so very cool and special. Like on the field, off the you had just a true gentleman and
There was just an essence.
There was.
and there was also a confidence.
very much. And I've read his book, which was really, it's a really cool book. Just his start to whatever, everything that he went through, amazing. So anyway, his dedication to the sport, his dedication to staying true to being a Yankee for 20 years.
How old was he when he went pro?
Right. Wasn't he like 18? He didn't
he
go
like-
to college, did he? If maybe a year.
Maybe,
I
yeah.
don't think he did. I think he went right to
Yeah.
Almost
Yankee
right to it.
Super duper
Kind of like
young.
one of the. Well,
like
I think
like
of
a LeBron and
the Kobe.
And a lot of people
Yeah.
didn't think that he had what it took,
Like with Kobe too. I remember
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
saying that Kobe and LeBron just going right into the NBA. Like, you don't have that.
So
But
stupid. They shouldn't do that.
that worked out pretty well.
But Derek
Yeah.
Jeter was the first one to practice, the last one to leave. That's always
Isn't that
been
funny?
kind of my mantra.
That's right. That's the
know?
story you hear of so many of those guys too.
Yeah. You put in the work and you could see it. And the thing also, I loved about Derek Jeter was you could see if he got a bad call, a bad pitch, and it was called a strike and it really wasn't. He didn't, spit and stomp and swear and throw a fit. He'd give the ump kind of a look like, dude.
Really?
And then he'd just on his way. And
what are you gonna do about it?
Let's just move on.
They're not going to change it.
Yeah. And the things, same thing with Garth Brooks, just genuine kindness and niceness.
He gets such a thrill out of what he does.
He loves, like, you cannot go to a concert of his and sit there and not have a good time.
Yeah.
You're up, you're moving, you're dancing, you're singing.
Yeah.
The whole place is on fire.
It's insane.
And he puts out so much effort every time. He doesn't just phone it in.
Nope.
And then you see those younger artists that say, "Well, I'm not going to sing any of my hits because
Right.
it's stupid," and they're like,
I've
26
evolved.
and- right? Like when
I have a new
Britney
album.
Spears, like,
Right.
I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to sing all my new stuff,
Right.
My deep
No,
cuts. Like,
I'm
shut
out.
up.
Yeah.
That we're here for hit me, baby, one more time.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
So sing it.
So
Britney.
don't sing 8 seconds of it while you're carrying a snake around the stage. Sing the entire song,
Or better yet,
twice.
Yeah.
fake sing it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because that's something you'll never catch Garth doing.
No.
Is
Oh.
fake singing
No.
anything.
Yeah.
And
true.
so those have been kind of my, for lack of a better word, mentors. My mom was the same way. You don't just half-ass stuff.
Right.
You're either going to do it or you're not, but don't just
True.
half-ass it. And, same thing with Derek Jeter and Garth Brooks. And I joke that they're my boyfriends, and they really kind of are. They just don't know.
You put
But
the
those
effort
are the
in.
kind of people that I'm drawn to, as well as dog trainers like that.
Yeah.
I
Like
once,
Caesar Milan. What do you think of Caesar?
I think Caesar's good at what he does.
Did he get Hollywooded, so to speak?
Yes.
Celebritied.
And honest, I don't know the man. I've never met him, but you can kind of see that morphation. Is that a word?
Sure.
Okay.
You're on our show.
Everything's a word here.
Okay, good.
Ask Pat. He's
Yes.
in charge of the
Morphation,
dictionary.
yes.
Morphation of, when he
got
very first started.
Morphinated.
Yeah. I saw an interview of him, it's been a while, but he was very kind of cold and just kind of hoity. But
And that came from.
I think the
I think it
fame,
was. I do too.
I don't even know. But so the thing about Caesar Milan is he had a show and it was a hit, but did he use training tools? Like I use training tools? Yes, he did. But he
Did
couldn't
they show
it.
you?
No, they didn't.
No.
So it was a little bit deceiving.
It was like magic.
And I'm not drawn to that. Give me your real and I
Yeah.
can respect it or I don't.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
You know that
Yeah.
or whatever noise.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
You know, and it would work on the dogs. That's because something else had worked on the ducks, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, so that's why I'm transparent. And again, I'm going to mention Sean O'Shea and Jeff Gelman, who also do not phone it in. Jeff Gelman does more seminars, and it isn't for
Trying
the
to help
dough.
other people.
It's to really seriously help people. He helps dogs in the process. But his goal is to help people who are really suffering.
Do both of them catch as much grief as I perceive?
Tons.
I mean, because of their methods.
Yes.
And you follow a lot of their methods, and I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, totally a fan.
Yeah,
of,
I mean-
of the way it's done.
I didn't know what the hell balance training was 25, 30 years ago, but I was doing it. You know, I didn't have e-collars or prong collars, but I was saying no to unwanted behaviors. And so, yeah, Jeff and Sean, they take so much unnecessary abuse from people. It's gone even so far that Jeff Gelman's family has gotten death threats.
It's crazy.
You know, this last bout of stuff, he bonked a dog with a towel. A towel.
Okay.
And someone condensed his video down to show just that part and made it look really evil. That's really serious death threats came in against his family, his wife, his kids. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Let's be realistic.
Seriously.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't received death threats, but I've gotten hate. I've gotten emails from people that want to show me the light and want me to change my evil ways.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Block.
Yep. I got no time.
Mute. Block.
Right.
See you later.
I blocked somebody today. I typically don't. I'll unfollow.
Yeah.
So I just don't have to see it. But somebody put an angry face. I was doing a video. We were playing fetch with little Lakota, the puppy. And she was bringing it back
Cute
and
pup,
outing
too.
it. And then she'd sit and wait and I'd throw it. Somebody put an angry face on that. I'm like, well, screw you. I got no time for you.
That's exactly what you got to do. And Jack is, I don't know where he is right now.
last
Is he
night.
seriously
he's
chilling?
Yeah,
He's
he's
just
playing.
snoozing.
I mean, Julie's here. His teacher's here.
Right. Well, okay. Never. You're right.
Miss
He's like,
Starns is here. So shh.
I'm going to go lay at her feet. I love it.
He's knitted her a sweater and he made her a sandwich.
He made her a sandwich. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Oh
Yeah.
my God. But teaching Jack out because he gets so playful and he's a puppy and he's a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And he's got big teeth.
Yeah.
And if I reach for his toy and he doesn't sit and give it to me, he'll reach for it too and play.
Play, yes.
But he'll get my hand sometimes.
Oh yeah. That'll
And
hurt.
he's just playing.
Yeah.
It's a little dog. It doesn't matter so much.
Right. But teeth are teeth.
Teeth are teeth. They all need to know the same lesson.
I don't like to stick my head in fire, so I don't want to put my hands where the teeth are.
Yep.
So I'd rather have a dog respectfully out the item so I can safely reach down and pick it up. The most monumental out command dog I ever taught was a Rottweiler, and he would guard his toys, and he
Yeah.
was not kidding, and he had bitten the owner. And so when I first started teaching out, smart little
Little cuss.
he outed the toy and promptly put his big old bear paw on top of it. Like, come on, Julie, what you got?
Let's play.
And I was like, all right, we're going to add something to this. You're going to spit that out and you're going to back up.
Yeah.
So I taught him out it, back away. So I could safely come in and pick
Right.
the item up. He was so smart. And he got that look in his eye like, come on. Come
See,
on.
and that's something right there. Just that note that you made that he was so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Most people see that as he is such a jerk.
No.
The owners, you'll hear that. Oh, he's such a jerk.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no,
he knows what he's doing.
He knew
He
exactly what
owns
he was doing.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he did have jerky moments. I mean, there are some dogs that are like, dang,
Yeah.
you're kind of a jackass now. But it doesn't make me not like them. It doesn't make me treat them any differently, but the approach then is a little bit different. Sometimes it's a safety thing. Sometimes it's, okay, we're going to have to work through this in this way instead of that way. Because each dog is individual.
So what are somebody that has maybe it's a young puppy or a dog that has never had training, what's the worst thing that you could do with your dog? Or and I know you're not a cat trainer, but for me, my example would be my cat that I had, Jory, before. I would wrestle with that cat like it was a dog. I didn't know from the time he was a little kitten,
Right.
and so then he'd hiss at people. He always was in play mode, and
Yeah.
like my mom, the sweetest person in the world, every time she'd walk in the room, Jory would hiss, wanting to play.
go to the
Yeah.
legs.
So, and I knew I made mistakes from the very beginning on that one. So with a dog, what is it?
We're talking from a puppy.
Yeah, well, like to wrestling, trying to wrestle the toy out of their mouth. I mean, wrestling with them.
That can be beneficial, actually, but the dog has to have an off switch and understand that off switch.
Okay.
So the biggest thing, somebody gets a puppy, too much freedom. Oh, I don't want to kennel my dog. I want them to have freedom.
It's like having a kid. It's like having a kid. Too much freedom is bad.
You wouldn't have your 2 or 3 year old child running amok in your home,
Right.
Pulling out electrical cords and sticking fingers in light sockets, touching hot stoves. You have to have structure, boundaries, rules. And dogs from a very early age really need just a lot of structure. And that's crate training. Also, I'm going to go a little bit further. Potty pads. Mm-hmm. Let's just cover the house in potty pads. Okay, you have now officially made your house a toilet.
Totally
And
makes
that's
sense.
exactly the way your dog is going to see it.
Totally makes sense.
So true.
And it's kind of a lazy thing because I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. and go out with the dog. So go ahead and potty in the living room. You are setting that dog up to fail and pee and poop in your house for the rest of its days.
And you'll never be happy.
No.
And you're right. When I got Jack, he was 12 weeks old when I got him, and he'd been taking his puppy mill puppy, right? And so when they got him out of the puppy mill, where he got rescued from, and then he got a foster mom, I owe her so much. I don't know if you saw, I posted the note that she sent with Jack when I got Jack, and she wrote it in Jack's words, that who I was and what I like to do.
I love that.
And it's so adorable because it talks about, when I eat, it's my favorite thing to do. And then right after eat, I need to go poop because that's my favorite thing to do. And then I need to come inside and go to my crate because that's my favorite thing to do.
Right.
And he was so structured though, and so well crate trained. That was his favorite place.
Yeah.
That was a good spot. That was his happy place.
Safe here.
Yeah. And he would just crate, but when it was to go outside, he never had accidents.
Right.
And he would wait, and then but you had to be, you gotta say, okay, he's a puppy. Let's not leave him in there for 4 to 6 hours.
Right.
It's like a kid. You don't want to leave a kid in timeout or in whatever at work.
No checking the diapers.
Right.
That kind of
Yeah,
thing.
same exact concept. Exactly the
They
same
have
thing. It's
to
crazy
learn.
how
And then if
similar
people
it is.
don't want to take those necessary steps, and kudos to Jack's foster mom,
she
because
was
a
awesome.
foster can make or break.
Oh, she did. She absolutely made it so much easier.
Right. But, you hear stories all the time. My dog pooped on the carpet and I rubbed his nose in it and he knows. No, you taught him nothing other than
Just to
if he
scare
poops,
you.
his nose is going to get rubbed in it.
Yeah.
So your child poops in the diaper, you don't rub their nose in it. Come on.
No,
Good point.
It's true. There are a lot of things to learn along those lines when people have puppies. That's why people say it's a lot of work.
It
And
is.
you never really believe it until you're in it, and then you have to commit to it.
And it's fun.
Yes.
I was
Just like with kids, it's a lot of freaking
It
work.
is,
It's
but it's a-
rewarding. It's fun.
It's
a
all
lot of
it.
work.
But it's a
forever.
ton of work. And I never lie to anybody when they say to me, I'm thinking about getting a puppy. Okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is what you're going to be in for.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my puppy, Dewey. He was a beagle and I wanted a beagle so badly
name.
because, he was Dewey McPee Pants, Dewey McPoop Pants. And all kinds of other stuff.
Do.
Yeah. But
Poop pants.
my dad, growing up as a kid, had a beagle named George, and I always heard about George, so I wanted a beagle so badly, so I get Dewey. So I start crate training with him, and we're talking a long, long time ago. And he was like a puppy Picasso. He would paint his kennel with his
Oh
poop
my God.
every day, all day long, pee in it.
Yeah.
He would pee on my cats. He would dig holes. He would beagle.
What the hell?
Bellow.
Like, how do you even find a cat to pee on it?
Oh, Oliver.
He had him. He had
Oliver
him in
would
house.
just-
I can't find a cat to pet it.
Oliver would just sit there.
To pee on it.
Dewey would cruise right by, lift a leg on Oliver, and Oliver just sat there. And I'm like, what is wrong with both of you?
I was going to say, if it's 50-50, if you're letting somebody pee on you, it's half, don't point the finger, point the thumb.
Right? So, exactly.
It's partially the cat's fault for wanting
Yeah.
to be peed on.
Yeah. And Oliver was a smart cat, except for that.
Exactly.
But I made a lot of mistakes with Dewey because he was doing all these things and it was mess and it was awful. So I quit crate training him. And man, did that set up a whole big
because now the
world
whole
of-
house is
Oh,
my
yeah.
crate.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm going to pee on everything.
he was so smart. He was a hound dog, so nose to the ground all the time. We have moles that live in the ground outside. Seriously, he would bark at the holes until the moles would come out and literally just die because they were
so sick of the barking.
Of the barking.
Like they just like killed themselves. They're like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
out.
like,
That's why they do that at Gitmo.
Right.
The music, right? They're trying to drive them crazy.
No!
And it's like, oh, Dewey's here.
Just eat my face.
Just kill me now, Dewey.
Just kill me.
I can't take it anymore. So yeah, you live and you learn, but Dewey lived he was like 13, 14 years old.
That's awesome.
We battled hard.
He was your trainer.
He was.
Right?
And then on top of that, I get Duke, my Great Dane, who was in the Ashland Dog Pound, had no intentions of adopting a Great Dane, but we fell in love. And, it was the other volunteers would say when I would leave, he would watch my car go down.
How do you not take him?
And so one Saturday, I would go to Lincoln periodically and pick up supplies for the pound. And I went and I got him a bed and a bowl and a leash. And I went there and the volunteer goes, why don't you just take him home? So I did. But I didn't realize the issues he had.
Right.
Separation anxiety. I went outside one day, probably to yell at Dewey for barking at the moles. And Duke couldn't find me and he broke a window trying to
that's sad.
find me.
That's sad.
And I'd take him to mom and dad's farm to run, and he'd run, and then he'd stop and he'd look at me, and then he'd take off running. Just
Make sure you're still
away.
there.
Yeah, but he'd run away.
Oh, gone. Like,
Yeah.
see ya?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God. See, that's why I'm afraid that Jack, I'm afraid because I've never had him. We have a guy that where our office is, there's an open field across the way over here. And there's a guy that brings his hunting dogs and he opens up and he takes them out there and he's got the decoys and he throws them for him. He's got an older one that he has to lift up and get out of the bed of the truck.
Right.
And then the other two just running everywhere. They just run and run and run. And I'm just imagining that one, if I take him somewhere like that and just let's play fetch, let's go take the Frisbee and throw it as hard as I can and away we go.
Right.
I think he would lose his mind because where's the fence?
Right.
And away
There
we
isn't
go.
one.
Yeah.
So you start, smaller, like in your fenced in yard,
Yes.
working on recall. Make sure he comes back to you every single time.
Good idea.
Then you can take him out into an area without a fence, but have him attached to a long line.
Okay.
So that's your safety net in case he makes a misstep. Then you can reel him back in.
Reel him in.
That's a good
Obviously,
idea.
you have
That's a really good
the
idea.
e-collar too.
Yeah.
But you really want solid recall.
The recall's the thing.
There's so many people out there. I want my dog to have off-leash freedom. How many times do they come back to you when you call? Oh, 70%. Nope.
No, when I see anybody with their dog off leash, I have to say
It's
it makes me
stupid.
mad. It really makes me
There
mad.
are leash laws for a reason.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's almost selfish. Like you
It
see
is.
them walking
It
around the
is.
neighborhood and they're like without the leash. What you have
Yeah.
no idea if that dog's going to take off after a squirrel, after something,
Or
and
you.
or what, and you have no way to stop it.
No.
And if you're walking your dog
yeah, I hear about that a lot.
Yeah.
and that triggers the other dog just per chance,
You just never know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
People say, I always have my dog on leash and we're walking on a trail and these off-leash dogs come and ambush us. And I'm like, God,
Yeah.
'cause that can really mess up your dog on leash.
Exactly.
Mentally,
Exactly. That's dangerous. And just plain, and I'm kind of the same way. I've never been to a dog park, and I know some dogs do a great job there. But I've seen other people say that the best thing for them is go to the dog park and teach their dog outside.
Yep.
And just kind of work on manners outside, so he pays attention to you instead of what's going on
That's a good idea,
inside.
too.
I call it let all the crazy go on inside and you keep your poop in a group outside with your dog.
Yeah.
It's the best training
Yeah.
method. I have seen some of the bloodiest dog fights in dog parks. And the owners, one was in one corner on their phone, the other one was in another corner, or they were in their car.
And there's no way they could have stopped it, though.
No.
You're just asking for it if you get in the middle of one.
You really are. And you hear all the time, my dog's friendly. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They're still
Now
a
your
dog.
dog is bloody.
yeah.
They don't pay attention. I don't know that all the dogs in dog parks are healthy. So that
don't.
bothers me.
Yeah, because when I take him to doggy daycare, I know there's a list of things.
Yep.
Boxes have to be checked.
Criteria. Yep.
And everybody's good to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you add in dog parks where now they serve alcohol.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong? And I've posted that on Facebook before, man.
Right.
That gets my hackles.
It's intriguing. It's like that sounds like
Yeah.
oh that can't work.
And the bottom line is, so these soused up people are driving their dogs home.
yes, after they've been
Right.
It's like
Meanwhile,
going to
your dog's over
daycare.
here, the spilled beer, and he's drinking and all your Miller
right.
Lite, and he's getting toasted too. What the hell?
I mean, you couldn't open a bar at the daycare. Just
Yeah, you couldn't. You really couldn't.
I mean, not
You
not
should.
saying that somebody doesn't have a couple of small bottles in their purse. but
Right.
I'm just saying
right.
Yeah.
you aren't going to buy it at the back door.
But I've heard that these bar dog park doggy,
Yeah.
whatever. They have referees
Yes, they do.
on hand.
They're
really?
gonna- they're gonna-
Referees. That's
Referees.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my
okay.
God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Julie, thank you so much for coming in. We've
You're
covered
so-
a
you're
ton
fun.
of
Yeah,
territory.
we were all over the map.
that was
but I want
fun.
you to come back.
I would love to come back.
I like going down the old memory lane.
It's fun.
And just kind of talking about and thank you, by the way, just so everybody knows. There was a couple of people online that were looking for the Frosty treat, Frosty recipe.
Yeah.
And one of the girls, she has a recipe, and you'd been referenced in a couple of them because we knew that you had it as well. And I think I'd said, I said, I'm trying. I said, but I don't know what a scooch is, and I'm not sure about how big her pinch is. So I got to work on that. And she says, you know what I'm thinking is I'm going to have a Frosty night, and we're going to make a batch together.
Oh, yeah.
So I think something's coming up in the next month, and if I see it, I'll let you know for sure. And maybe
That'd
we'll
be
have
fun.
like a group.
And you don't want to be on a diet when it's Frosty time.
No,
Because
ever.
you want all that fat.
Right.
all
yeah,
that
you do.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny. There was a list of stuff on Facebook one day of saying words or whatever that people don't use anymore. Shenanigans.
you use
and stuff.
all of them.
I'm like, I use that like, man, that dog was plum tuckered
Hackles.
out. You know,
Hackles. I use that every once in a
plum
while.
tuckered out. Yeah, I mean, let's bring it
Shenanigans.
back old school, guys.
Scooch. Just a scooch
Just a
more.
scooch.
Just a scooch
Lily
more.
rolls her eyes at me a lot when I say stuff like that.
How old's Lily?
Lily is 20.
That's about right. I would too.
like,
her
I'm
eyes are
46
probably
and-
like permanently like rolled.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's so awesome.
Oh my God. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, again, it's Good
That was awesome,
Decisions
Julie. Thank you for
Dog
coming
Training on Facebook.
Yep.
Julie Starns. If you get a chance, check it out. And if you're looking for help with your puppers, highly recommend.
Reach out. I'll chat with
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks,
there you
Julie.
go, guys.
Thank
See
you,
ya. Thank you
guys.
guys for listening to our
Yes.
podcast. Go to our website, patandjt.com for all the links for
Best
everything.
Monday ever.
Text us, right? 402-403-9478.